Pretty good hitting. Pitch down the middle. And action for this large crowd. And I'll tell you, we talked about it early. The guy that's the most uncomfortable, I would think, right now is the uncertainty of the role of maybe Lance McCullers. Typically, when you're preparing for a Game 7, when your team's up 3 games to 2, that's one thing. But if you're preparing for a different role when your team is up in the game, maybe even closing it out, that's a different thing. You can see him in the bullpen as we speak.
Yeah, we had a chance to talk to Lance McCullers Jr., and he said he really didn't know how to approach tonight. He doesn't know any more than we know how this game's going to unfold and if he will come in and try and close it, get big outs late, or if there'll be a Game 7 and he'll be left to start it. Utley's first at bat, you saw the stat. 0 for his last 29 in the postseason, but a guy with 7 World Series home runs from his days with the Phillies. And out to talk is Brian McCann with Verlander. 1 on, nobody out. And now a quick word from Duracell.
Duracell is the #1 trusted brand.
And the uniqueness as a starting pitcher is you have structure that you're used to, right? And this is outside the structure. Now, he's done it. He's pitched out of the pen already in the postseason.
Now McCann requests time. Chase Utley.
You watch how late Chase Utley gets in position to hit. He'll have that bat kind of geared up at the last second to get it hinged and hoping to get something middle in that he can pull between the first baseman and second baseman. One of the quickest bats forever in the game. It's slowed down a little bit, but as you said, trying to break a big over spot.
Back, 1 ball, 1 strike.
If Justin gets to 2 strikes, he can utilize that down and in spot below towards his feet with a breaking ball.
Justin Verlander has been outspoken about how the baseballs are different in the postseason, in this World Series in particular, and he's thrown a few away here in the 6th inning, checking for a new baseball.
Yeah, that's what you do. He had baseballs in his hand for a long time. He knows what he likes, and he knows the ones he doesn't.
Foul.
So there's that inside pitch. That's about pulled as far as you can in the upper deck. And see if both he and McCann try to exploit down and in with a breaking ball after especially fouling a fastball right there. Chase really getting the head out early on that one.
Utley traded to the Dodgers back in 2015. They like his experience, his leadership. The 38-year-old is hit by the pitch to put runners on at first and second with nobody out.
Really tried to bury this one, and it bounced and hit him.
And I don't think getting hit by the pitch breaks Utley's heart at all.
Now, an interesting call here for Dave Roberts. Taylor's up, first and second, nobody out. Doesn't like to bunt a lot on the year, but with first and second, that's more of a buntable situation, if you will. And AJ's going to go out and talk to his whole team on what kind of approach, if he does bunt, what kind of play do they want to put on.
George Lombard, the first base coach, comes all the way down and around to talk to Chris Woodward, the third base coach. Chris Taylor has been a master at handling the bat this postseason.
I know a lot of people don't like it, but I think in this situation, you really have to make more stress on Verlander and somehow try to get the runners on second and third and pass the baton on to Seager and Turner.
Wow. 96 miles an hour, and that was no bunt. That was swinging out of his shoes. Strike one.
And maybe the call there might be give you one and maybe change the strategy after you've had your pitch to hit. I don't see any different signs given by Chris Woodward.
Lead runner is Barnes. He can run at second base. Trailer is Utley.
And see, I think the theory and what I've always, yes, when you bunt, you take away bigger innings, like a 3-run spot or a 4-run spot. But how many times are you going to get that off of Verlander? I think you have to be able to get one first. You've got to tie it up. And the pressure of second and third, one out on Verlander is greater. He's a slider away, a pulled ground ball to short for a double play possibility.
The good news for Roberts and the Dodgers is Taylor can fly, and he's tough to double. Late swing and a miss, and a nasty pitch down and away, strike two.
So the last two sliders by Verlander are one of his firmer ones. 90 miles an hour right there. That one truly more like the cutter version.
Taylor waits and hits it into right. Here comes Barnes. He'll score. Going to third, Utley. Game tied, 1-1.
That was not the intended way he went to go, but he'll take it, and so will the Dodgers. He put the barrel of the bat somehow on the ball and got rewarded with an opposite field hit.
Vin loves it.
He loves it.
That's got Vin Scully smiling, and these fans that are packed into Dodger Stadium, the ones wearing blue. Boy, can he handle the bat. Now out of the windup, Seager. Not only did he tie the game with a double, but Utley went first to third. And with this, the Astros have to bring the infield in. Nobody out here in the sixth.
Well, the tough part with this out of the windup is a walking lead by Utley, even with the infield in.
96 from Verlander, 1 ball, 1 strike.
You can tell that Verlander more comfortable out of the windup, but when you have the infield in and runners on second and third, you typically pitch out of the stretch.
The 23-year-old shortstop, the reigning rookie of the year, Corey Seager, fouls it back, strike two. Slapping at his bat. He'd like to have it back.
Higher fastball, easier to put in the air, but when it's 96, late movement. Higher than high, lower than low right here for Verlander if you're thinking along the line of striking him out.
He has struck out 8. Pop backing out of play. Austin Barnes, the number 8 hitter, started this frame with a base hit to left. Chase Utley was hit by a pitch for the 207th time in his career. The The most among active players, and then the RBI double by Taylor.
And it's the 6th. Does the alarm clock go off in the 6th at home for the Dodgers?
As you said, a magical inning for LA here at home in this World Series. A 1-2. Seager hits it into right. Back at the wall. It is caught up against. Tagging and scoring is Utley. And the Dodgers have their first Game 6 lead. 2-1 on a sac fly by Corey Seager.
What a difference a night makes. This ball 3 days ago, 4 days ago would have been way out. The slider doesn't have the tight break to it. And Seager, when he first hit it, had to feel like this was a 3-run homer. But an RBI nonetheless.
Reddick went about as far as he could. And with his heavy air, it died. Now the infield still in, runner at third, 1 out. Turner, strike 1. Here's the other side of it for Houston. Now they're trailing. And on top of that, Verlander's spot is due up second in the 7th inning.
That is the nightmare scenario for A.J. Hinch, especially when you think about how important he is on the mound.
And how many question marks are out in that bullpen. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2, and Verlander needs the strikeout here. 0-2. Turner really struggling. 0 for 2 tonight. 3 for 22. His only RBIs coming on that Game 1 6th inning 2-run shot off Keuchel. The 0-2.
The reason he's trying to stay firm with the slider and not throwing the curveball, that's something that Turner can stay on. Has a lot of ability to put a curveball, slower pitch in play, while respecting the fastball he has to protect on that hard slider off the plate.
Turner pops it up on the infield, first base side, foul ground for Gurriel. 2 out. And now Bellinger will be the hitter with 2 down, and the Dodgers up 1.
Well, the tough decision will be made very difficult for A.J. if Justin gets out of this with just 1 run down. I think if Bellinger were to get a hit, it's an easy decision. They're going to pinch hit for Verlander with only 9 outs left.
See the problems that A.J. Hinch has been dealing with in this series in his bullpen. He's got his best on the mound. Dodgers have put up 2, runner at third, 2 out. Bellinger, ball 1. Obviously, there's room to put Bellinger on with a right-handed hitting Puig on deck. So this is really dealer's choice for Verlander, who he wants to face.
Bellinger's learning a lot right here on a veteran pitcher that can hit his spots 3 times versus maybe some regular season games where the pitchers out there don't get to the weak spots of Bellinger consistently enough, and he has had the better of it with the amount of home runs and success in the regular season.
Swing looks like it's been getting bigger again for Bellinger. He waits for the 1-1. Foul back, strike 2. And the brilliance of Verlander has always been a premier power arm with the touch and control of a finesse pitcher.
Absolutely. And that's why he's as complete as he comes. That's the same thing with Kershaw. That's why he's the best in the National League. If you have a weakness as a hitter, these two guys are going to get there regularly.
Bellinger has struck out each of his first 2 at-bats. Runner at third, 2 down. Struck him out. And Verlander limits the damage. Gets a foul out, then a strikeout with the Dodgers. On to the scoreboard. Chris Taylor, the biggest part of it. The RBI double. 2-1 Dodgers after 6. Back after this from your local Fox station.